It is time now for the Fairy Tale 4 o'clock news for this Tuesday evening, March 3rd, 2015. Good afternoon and evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins right here. Top news at 9, zero not top story at 4 o'clock on this Tuesday afternoon. Going into Tuesday evening here is in Washington, where Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel used one of the most prominent platforms in the world on Tuesday to warn against what he called a bad deal, beginning to negotiate with Iran to freeze its nuclear program being a culmination. Clouded by racial bias and a narrow-minded drive for municipal court revenue, police in Ferguson, Missouri have habitually violated citizens' civil rights, with black residents being the brunt. In Washington, Congress ended its 7-week impasse on funding the Department of Homeland Security as the House voted on Tuesday to pass a $40 billion spending bill that does not derail President Obama's immigration programs. Disgruntled Texans wideout Andre Johnson said Coach Bill O'Brien told him last week that the team didn't consider Johnson a likely starter anymore, reports the Houston Chronicle. Carrie Underwood and widowed husband Mike Fisher welcomed their first child, a son, February 27th. The country singer shared the news with her fans on her Twitter on Tuesday. Denver Nuggets need more than a new coach. They need a new direction today. He's fired. Brian Shaw as the coach of the Denver Nuggets. NSA systems analyst Edward Snowden wants to return to the United States from Russia if he's guaranteed a fair trial, his Russian lawyer said Tuesday. India orders TV station not to give a rapist a platform. The father of Mohammed Emwazi, dubbed as Jihadi John, has been questioned by Kuwaiti officials who are trying to put together a profile of his son. As Jihadi John's father, Jassim Emwazi, is in a state of shock. The murderer of Boris Nemtsov leaves an anti-Putin bloc without someone who can bridge the gaps between communist liberals and nationalists. The committee that awards the Nobel Peace Prize has demoted this chairman for the first time in a 1 in 14-year history of the award after years of pressure from Beijing for his removal. In Washington, Hillary Clinton did not have a State Department mail account while she served as America's top diplomat, a senior State Department official said on Monday, and instead used a personal email account during her 4 years on the job. In an effort to have its top 3 illegal birth tourism businesses for the wealthy Chinese women, Homeland Security agents Tuesday morning raided 37 locations in Southern California. Insurance coverage for millions of people are read in the latest politically charged Supreme Court's clash over the President Barack Obama's healthcare overhaul. Washington, former CIA Director David Petraeus has agreed to plead guilty to mishandling classified information. Best Buy boosted revenue by 1.3% in the fourth quarter of $14.2 billion. The revenue was lifted by the sales of big screen TVs and mobile phones. U.S. Chief Executive Officer are modestly more upbeat about the economy and almost half of the plan to increase the capital spending over the next 6 months, a quarterly business group survey said on Tuesday. Sales of the Ford F-Series were down 1% in February, but Ford executives say dealers should be fully stocked by the end of June as the second pickup assembly plant nears completion of its changeover to the 2015 model. In the stock market, we're down 18,203.31, down 85.32, SP 521.07.77, down 9.62, and NASDAQ 4979.90, down 20.20. Project Loon, Google's project to use balloons to bring internet access and to serve parts of the world, could bring in billions of dollars, according to a report in The Verge. Star Wars Rebels continues to offer up gifts for its fans. On Monday's first season finale, it reintroduced the beloved character of Ashoka Tano from the Clone Wars animated series. Drawn one of the strongest links yet between global warming and human conflict, researchers said Monday that extreme drought that occurred between 2006 and 2009 was most likely due to climate change, and that the drought was infected in the balance. Astrobiologists and planetary scientists have a very good idea what chemicals might be included in the presence of oxygen breathing water-based life that is if it's like us. Drinking a few cups of coffee a day may help people avoid clogged arteries, a known risk factor for heart disease, Korean researchers believe. Alright, take a look at New England Alerts here at 4:04. In Lowell, Massachusetts, a motor vehicle accident with injection low connector outside exit 4 crashed with at least one person ejected. Crews are requested for an additional ambulance to the scene. Avoid the area. And in Manchester, New Hampshire, on Faith Lane and Hazleton Avenue, a motor vehicle school bus accident here. Taking a look at sports news here. In Las Vegas, Manny Pacquiao has always believed he could do what 47 other fighters before him have failed to do, beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not a 3-person appeal panel reinstated not bone into the city section open division girls basketball playoffs in decision Tuesday morning in California. A late game fracas against the Minnesota Wild ended up costing 2 Colorado Avalanche players. The NHL announced Tuesday there was finding Colorado Avalanche captain Gabriel Landeskog and forward Cody McLeod for their actions in the waning minutes. The marketing agency that represents Jameis Winston's trying to trademark famous Jameis, the proper nickname of that. Hey, he's been trophy during his 2 years at Florida State. And today, the Boston Celtics will be out at Cleveland tonight, taking on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game time, 7 o'clock. Peter Chell news time is now 4:05. And it's time now for a Trevor report here on this Tuesday afternoon, going into Tuesday evening, and 129 on the southbound side. It's slow from Canton all the way up to Randolph around Route 24. 129 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 37 in Braintree all the way out to Route 24 in Randolph. Route 129 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 37 down for the Braintree split. 24 on the southbound side, slow from Route 120 in Canton down for Randolph. Route 3 on the southbound side, slow from Braintree split all the way down for Route 18 in Weymouth. Here, Southeast Express on the southbound side is backed up from the Pike down for the Braintree split. Due to an accident on the on-ramp to the Mass Avenue from Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, Tippin Hill Tunnel on the southbound side of Route 93, slow from Star Drive all the way down for downtown Boston around the Mass Pike. Mass Pike on the westbound side is backed up from South Boston all the way down for Route 93 in Boston. Here, Tippin Hill Tunnel is a little slow on the northbound side. Here, Mass Pike a little slow on the westbound side down for Newton Quarter, and it's slow again after you pass Route 120 west and all the way up for Route 30 in Natick. Here, so expect some delays there and around that area. Here, 93 on the northbound side is backed up from the Zakin Bridge all the way out to Medford. Here, Route 1 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 16 in River all the way out to Saugus around Route 99. Here, Route 129 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 2 in Lexington all the way up to Route 3 in Burlington. Route 128 southbound slow around Route 3 in Burlington. Here, 129 on the northbound side is backed up after Route 3A in Burlington all the way out to Linfield. Here, so expect a few delays around that area of Route 128. Here, Route 3 on the northbound side slow around the Bill Ricker stretch. 93 on the northbound side, it's backed up from Route 133 in Andover all the way out to Route 110 in Lawrence. Here, 95, 105 from 120 to the New Hampshire border. Here, and look at the Granite State, 393, 95 modified in the Granite State, and 101 is modified for Manchester and for Northampton. And Route 69 on the northbound side, a little slow up in the Spalding Turnpike here before you put Route 4 in Durham. Here, up in New Hampshire here. And the main turnpike is modified from Kittery up into Portland there. 495 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 119 in Gretna all the way out to before Route 2 in Littleton here. And 290 on the westbound side is backed up from Route 190 all the way down for Route 12 in Worcester here. And Route 24 on the southbound side slow from Route 44 in Raynham to Route 140 in Taunton here. And Route 95 on the southbound side, it is backed up from Pawtucket all the way down for downtown Providence. 95 on the northbound side, backed up from Turbers Avenue Curb all the way down for downtown Providence. Route 195 on the westbound side, backed up from Route 44 all the way down for downtown Providence there. And the Jamestown and Newport bridges are modified, and then the Bourne and Sagamore bridges are modified here. And 195 westbound side, we got an accident before Route 88 in Westport, so expect delays there. And 28 northbound also around the Bourne Rotary, but otherwise 28 is modified from Busbury down for Falmouth, and Route 6 modified from Sagamore all the way down to New Orleans here. And the Bourne and Sagamore bridges are modified here. And take a look at MBTA alerts here. Civil Line SL5 and SL4 experiencing minor delays due to traffic. And Commuter Rail is moving on fine as the recovery weekday service by Commuter Rail continues with scheduled changes as of March 2nd. And all Hingham ferry trips are canceled on Tuesday, March 3rd due to ice in the harbor. Peter Chell News Time, 4:09, and it is time now for a weather report here on this Tuesday afternoon. You're going into Tuesday evening here. We are under a winter weather advisory from now until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, let's move it on here. Late afternoon, a chance of snow after 5 p.m. Nope. Okay, we are under a winter weather advisory, which mix of weather expected late today and early Wednesday, as winter weather advisory remains in effect from 3 p.m. this afternoon to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, and locations mostly in southern New England away from the south coast, and has the type of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Here, accumulation of 2 to 4 inches along with a trace of ice, and the time of snow begins late this afternoon in the Connecticut Valley and then this evening in the coastal plain. Snow then transition to sleet and freeze rain from southwest to northeast during the overnight hours here, and then change the rain early tomorrow morning. Impacts on treated roads will be snow covered and slippery Tuesday evening and impacting latter part of the commute, and sleet and freeze rain overnight into tomorrow will be an issue for the morning rush hour, especially across the interior New England, and the added ice and liquid water will be added significant weight to the area roofs, and visibility 1/4 to 1/2 mile at times, and precaution prepare sections of winter weather advisory is issued when snow and ice is forecast to develop in the affected areas, but accumulations are expected to be light. Any snow ice will result in slippery conditions on untreated roadways and walks. When temperatures are below freezing, motorists need to be especially careful on bridges and overpasses where slippery spots can develop. And day 1 today tonight, winter weather advisory. Day 2 for 7, Wednesday for Monday, winter weather advisory, and be a moderate threat for more accumulating snow late Wednesday night and then Thursday. The highest totals will be closer to or on the south coast of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, warning level snows are possible there. Elsewhere, less snow is expected with possibly only very light snow north of the Massachusetts. Alright, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. For late afternoon, a chance of snow after 5 p.m. Most of the got high about 31 degrees, south with about 7 miles by chance of 30%. Total daytime snow accumulation less than half an inch possible for the night. Rain, snow, and sleet becoming all rain after 3 a.m. Temperature rises around 37 degrees by about 4 a.m. South with about 6 to 9 miles becoming southwest after midnight. Chance of precipitation is 100%. New snow, sleet accumulation 1 to 2 inches possible. For Wednesday, a chance of rain may after 4 p.m. Most of the got high about 43 degrees. West wind about 6 to 9 miles by chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 7 inches possible. For Wednesday, a chance of rain and snow before midnight, then a snow and sleet between midnight and 1 a.m. Then a snow likely after 1 a.m. Clouds got roll on 24 degrees. West wind about 7 miles by chance of precipitation is 6% and new snow and sleet accumulation of 1 to 3 inches possible. Thursday, snow likely rain before noon. Patch fog between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Patch freeze and fog between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Otherwise, clouds got with on higher than 20 degrees and northwest wind about 8 miles by chance of prediction 7%. Thursday night, slight chance of snow before 10 p.m. Podcast got low about 7 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 20%. For Friday, settled podcast got about 25, low about 12 degrees. For Saturday, most sun podcast got about 36, low about 20 degrees. For Sunday, most Sunday podcast got about 30, low about 20 degrees. For Monday, Sunday, most got about 39, low about 21 degrees. And for Tuesday, most got about 34 degrees. North temperature is ending at 30 degrees with most got. The next coming for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news on this Tuesday, March 3rd, 2015. I'm Peter Witty. Have a good day, and I will see you later on for a late night report. Have a good evening.